we are live. Hello, everybody. Hopefully, we are not lagging this week. Seems to be good. How's everyone doing in the chat? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I don't know how many people we have here today, but it is Sunday. I missed last week because I was being lazy, but there we go. We are back today. Hopefully, everyone in the chat's doing well. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
What's
Everybody,
going on?
how are you doing? I set the title today to eBay secrets, but I guess they're not really going to be secrets if we talk about them. So technically, we're just talking about eBay. So yeah, interesting stuff. Today, Howard's been busy listing.
I've got a question
I'm
somebody's asked me.
yeah, go
Rick
for it.
asked, wanted to ask, would you send graphic novels through Hermes? Don't like the idea of sending as a large letter. I would, to be honest with you,
Absolutely,
I'd stick it in a bubble bag and send it large letter.
yeah.
It depends on the value of it, because a large letter sort of like it insures you. Large letter second class insures you up to £20. So
I send my large letters with Hermes now. All of my video games go via Hermes because you get the tracking. Video games go in a poly mailer straight up and nothing else. Don't deal with the bubble mailers. I can't be bothered with them. And books and stuff like that, just A4 go in like an envelope that I have, special A4 envelopes that are like thick walled, and like they're fat rather than thin, so when you put it in they don't rip, if that makes sense, like the sides open up.
what about your international ones?
International ones, like a book, if I was sending international, like
No, still like your video games, the way you do it through Europe, you offer like £5 postage anywhere within Europe.
yeah, well I used to do that through Hermes, through Royal Mail. um, Obviously you have GSP, so if you get GSP it goes whoever you decide to do it from. But a lot of my games for international now, I just put the extra postage for the tracking now anyway, because they seem to pay it. So if you don't need tracking, if it's a cheap game, just do £5 and hopefully they don't scam you. If they do, you've wasted like £5. It's not the end of the world, but it's very rare anyway, to be fair. And anything that's like a high price, then just stick the extra. Like I sold a Xbox 360 Minecraft to Germany. I got £20 for it, and they paid £10 postage. That covered tracking. Excuse me. That covered the tracking. So yeah.
How much did it cost to send through Hermes large letter?
I didn't do it through Hermes. I did Royal Mail Track, and I stuck it in the. I stuck it in the post box. You're not supposed to, because they're supposed to scan it.
Yeah.
But if you put it in the post box, they scan it along the way anyway. It seems to still track, even though they tell you not to. But I have a post box like right there, so it's kind of hard not to just shove it in there. But
I got a post box on the wall outside.
yeah, exactly. So been busy listing. Nice. How's sales been? Sales were last weekend. Sales were crazy. I did my best weekend sales last weekend for a long time, and then this week's been pretty dead. This weekend, it's been average though, to be fair. How are you doing, Ali? Welcome, welcome everybody. Did you have anything you want to talk about? If not, I'll talk about the relisting and stuff.
Yeah, I've got one little trick which I really do think. I think when I am selling, I'd say about 40% of my sales do come through promoted listings.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't get them sales if it wasn't promoted. But 40% of my sales do come through promoted listings. But I only promote by 1%. I know that you do something similar, don't you?
Yeah, I have promoted listings. I used to set all of my promotions to 5%, but I've since lowered them to 2%. It seems to make no difference in the amount I get. Mine's actually more than 4. How much do you say you get? 30%, 40% sales through promoted?
About 40%.
Yeah, mine's like 50. It's crazy. Like I get half my sales through promoted listings. So yeah, if you guys don't have promoted yet, what's the requirements for it? I think it's like above. Is it just above standard, and then you
I'm
can
not
promote?
sure.
I think it's 90-day old account. 90-day old account after your first sale. So your first sale, and then 90 days after, you can then promote as long as you're in good standing. I'm pretty sure.
I just thought you had to be a business seller.
No, you can promote as a private seller.
Not know that.
Yeah, you can. I'm pretty sure you can because I can promote on my other account. So yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. Yeah,
That's
so
not,
like I said, I used to do 5%, but since I've dropped it to 2, and there doesn't seem to be any difference. Um,
to be
yeah,
honest
like
with you, I keep track of how much I list a day and how many items I list a day. The value of the stock and the value and the amount of items I've sold. I only promote after I've listed everything for the day. Then I'll go on and bulk edit,
yeah,
put it legible, select all, and it tells me how much value and how many items are there. So that's how I get my daily total.
yeah. Rich just said in chat, had a cancellation sale the other day. First one. Notice I didn't get my PayPal fees back. Is this standard? Yes, because PayPal are horrible people. I was going to swear there. Yeah, that was a change they did last year. I think like halfway through last year they changed it so that you wouldn't get your fees back. I hate PayPal so much, guys. Please switch over to managed payments as soon as you can. Get away from PayPal. I hate them so much. Awful company.
Managed payments.
Oh, mate.
But when I do have that happen to me, somebody messages me saying, "Can I cancel this item?" I always message them back saying, "You do understand that I've had to pay fees on this item, regardless if you're paying me or not paying me. I still have to pay fees regardless."
Never use promoted. Good stuff. Good price. Job done. Guaranteed. If you turn 2% promoted on, you double your sales in the next month.
True.
It's not about good sales, it's about placement. If you have a good price, if 5 people list after you, you're 5th in the line. So that 2% promote bumps you back up. So
Not only that, not only are you fifth in the line after them 5 people have listed above you, every person who has got as promoted are above all of them.
yeah,
So
and even the people that are above you that have a higher price, they're still above you. And people hate scrolling, so after a week you might be a really good price, but unless they filter for like lowest price or whatever they filter by, you're still way down. So that promoted, you're still always going to be like floating around wherever they put the promoted. So yeah, I promote all the time on private. Yeah.
the at starts.
I was going to mention something, but I've completely lost my train of thought. What I was going
I
to
know
talk
what
about.
I know what you're going to mention.
What was I going
Stopping
to
and
mention? Doing what?
stopping and relisting your items.
Oh yeah, that wasn't what I was going to talk about, but I will talk about that. Yeah, I mean, I think it was last year or the year before. They updated eBay. So previously, what would happen is you would list an item and it would be live for like 7, 15, or 30 days, I believe, and then it would like delist it, and you'd have to go in and like reset it to be live again. And then they just scrapped that system and made it like a 30-day renewal, so it automatically renews until it sells or you turn it off or whatever. But the problem with that is, like I was saying a minute ago, if you're not promoting, you're not up the top, right? So your item ID or whatever it's called stays the same. So the longer you have it listed, the more buried you get. So a lot of people will like delist all of their stuff like once a month, and they'll relist it, and then they'll get a fresh item ID, and all their items then go back to the top. So you'll get more views, more watchers, more purchases. But the problem with that is if you only have a limited amount you can list a month, then you can't always do that. So there is some sort of workaround that apparently works. I've not tried it yet, but I'm gonna try it, and I told Joe about this. If you like bulk edit all your items and then just don't do anything but then save, apparently it gives all your items a new item ID, which works the same as relist and everything. So that's something I'm going to be trying this month, because I do normally do the delist relist thing once a month, just to refresh, because you get that sort of like dead zone, you know, like once a month you get that dead zone for like
Really
6 days. What are you saying?
I'll be really interested to see how that works. And let me know if you do get
I will, yeah.
different numbers.
Because I would always, like I said, I would always get that week when nothing would sell, and then I would relist everything, and then all my sales would go back to normal. All my stuff would be back at the top, and then like the next month, the same sort of time again, I'll do the same thing and it would fix it. But if I could revamp everything without like delisting everything, I know you can phone eBay, and I think they do it without using your listings, but that's a hassle. But yeah, I think that's another way to do it. So I'll give that a try. I'll go in tonight and I'll bulk edit all of my stuff, and then just like just click OK, and then I think it refreshes all the item IDs and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see if that works. If it doesn't work, then I'll update you next week. But that's what I've been told, so we'll find out. T Cake says, "Oh, sorry, you go ahead."
A question here from Adam. I take the official image of a sealed game, puzzles, etc., a stock image basically, and use that as a cover for his eBay listing. Would this harm or help? I would say you've got 12 pictures. You get 12 pictures. Use that as your main picture. Always put pictures of your actual item up there as well. And the reason being, especially if it's like electronics and stuff like that, you'd want the serial numbers, and video games, you want to show that the game isn't scratched, things like that. And if there's any damage to the, because a lot of collectors are really fussy about manuals, cover art, if it's faded in the sun. Always take pictures of your actual item as well. Even if it's not going to be your front picture, cover all bases. You get 12 pictures for a reason. Put your stock image as your first image, put more images in after.
If your game doesn't look exactly like the stock image, don't use it. If your brand new game has like a sticker from CEX or game on the front of it, don't use a stock image. It's all stuff that they can use for item not as described, all that kind of stuff. I think eBay has rules for not using stock images if the item's not brand new. I'm pretty sure if your item's not like sealed new, you can't use a stock image, as far as I'm aware. You'd have to like get the terms and conditions up, but I've definitely read that before somewhere. Yeah, just look into the rules and stuff. I tend not to use stock images because they can be copyright. Like if Argos does a stock image, like that's their image, so they can like use that against you if you're using like Argos's photo or something. So yeah, just be careful like yoinking images off Google, I would say. Always try and use your one.
Rich, I'm not too sure if having all 12 pictures does affect the algorithm.
I wouldn't think so, but I don't see why.
I don't use all of them, but I put as many pictures as I feel I need.
I tend to find that I normally use like 4, or I'll need more than 12. Like that's like my criteria. Like an item will only need like 4 images or like 15. Like if I have something really complex, I'll need just more than 12, and I have to end up deleting like a couple of them. But yeah, I don't think I would like duplicate my images. So that would be quite annoying as a buyer to like, oh, he's got more photos, and then they're all the same.
So I've got the problem where I actually have to work off of the internet from my phone, because the Wi-Fi at my work, which I am paying for and I need to chase them up, is giving me 1 megabyte. Literally 1 megabyte, and my phone gives me 30 megabytes. So I have to
of internet.
Of internet. So I have to load all my pictures up from my phone. It takes a long time for them to load up on 30 megabytes. I think it's 22 megabytes, not 30. 30 is the max.
That's actually a good follow-up question. It's like, how do people list? What I do is I take photos on my phone, my iPhone, and then I'll use Dropbox to my computer. I'll send all my images to Dropbox on my computer. What I then do is I'll have like a folder with all my Dropbox photos in, and then as I list them, I delete them from the folder so I know they've been listed. And then obviously I can just keep photos in there for as long as I want until they're all listed, and then once there's nothing left, I know that I'm out of items to list. Man, you need to have a shave. The guy on the right. Which one's on the right on the actual stream?
Aaron said it to me. No,
wait,
I don't.
Your beard's less big than mine.
I like my beard. Sorry, guy on the left. It's you.
Yeah, I was gonna say mine is. Hey, you didn't see me like a month ago when it was like out here, mate.
My beard does get big. I'm not gonna lie. It did start getting scraggy
He had his screen upside down. And you're watching us like down here. I shave my beard when it starts getting annoying. That's how I do it. Like, I'm too lazy.
Pazzies, because you say top of the morning. Where are you from?
I'm trying to think of more things that are like really useful for eBay. We've done the relisting, the stock thing. Oh, does anybody have that new tool where like eBay removes the background? I use an app if I need to do that. I use an app on my phone.
I hate it.
But that thing has never shown up on my eBay, like on PC, ever. I don't have it.
It shows up
on your phone. It does.
It doesn't block out the background. It really doesn't. I mean, it's supposed to help the algorithm as well. So even if it doesn't block out the background, but their app has done something,
yeah, but
I'd be higher up in the list, even though that your picture looked crap, because it's got little bits in the background where it hasn't blocked everything out.
But I've seen like stuff when I like do a search right for an item that I need to list myself. Like I'll see people that have used their system, and like half their image is missing, and it's like their cover image, and I'm like, how is that ever gonna sell? Like that looks so bad. Like yeah, I don't know. If anyone chats used it and you like it, let me know, because I use an app called Photo Room on the iPhone. It's free to use, and it like completely moves the background like perfect pretty much every time. So when I see people that have used eBay's trash one, it kind of makes me laugh. But
I like my backgrounds. I actually like my brick background, and I've got a wooden background as well. I like having a little bit of difference in the background.
Yeah.
I feel it makes me stand out a little bit more, and I put a bit of effort into. Not saying that cropping out the background doesn't put effort in, but I just feel like it makes mine stand out a little bit more.
Yeah, see, I have obviously the white background I use, but my lights are trash, so like the background's kind of yellowy. It's not like completely white like with the app. I only use the app for clothing now, because what it seems to do is it removes shadows, and then it just makes the item look like it's floating. I don't really like that. So I only use it for my mannequin now. I would rather have like the yellow tint background and have actual like shadows, make it actually look like a proper item. So I don't overuse it like I used to. But what I will say is, from when I first started, I had like my side unit, this unit here. When I used to live in my old house, I'd have like just my item on there, and I'll take a photo on my phone and list it. All my items were trash like that, and then as soon as I started using like even like terrible background, like a white background but terrible lighting, my amount of sales just from swapping to like a more clear background than just like a wooden unit that was like a terrible photo on it, like my sales like went so high compared to what it was previously. And then obviously I upgraded my lights and all that stuff after that. But
other people are saying the eBay background cutout is rubbish as well. I do think that they will look into this, because obviously it's a big issue for them. It's something they did promote quite heavily.
I wonder if it's AI learning. I wonder if it's like they've released it as is, and it's like learning, like within like 2 years it would just automatically learn how to like crop stuff better.
Lava lamp's working.
Way.
It's bubbling.
There we go.
It just looks a bit dark at the top. I'm not too sure what's going on, but it's all bubbling.
Nice. It's probably because you don't have the cap on top. It takes longer because the cap retains the heat. So you're probably losing a bit of heat up there, but that's fine. Yeah. So how's everyone's sales been this weekend? Like I said, mine last week were crazy. I did like 500 on something pounds last weekend, which is really good for me. For a Saturday and Sunday, because usually a Saturday's terrible and then a Sunday's pretty good, but last week was like double good. Saturday and Sunday were both pretty good for me, but this week it's been kind of regular, like a normal weekday, I guess.
I'll tell you what mine's been like. I just need to log in.
Nothing special. I'm back to over 2,000 in the last 30 days, which is good, because in the beginning of January it went way down. Because my December was terrible. Like November was my best month. I did like 3.5, I think, in November, and then the first week of December was really good, and then the last 3 weeks of December was so bad. Like, it was like my eBay just turned itself off. It was that trash. So like my 90-day total like collapsed, my 30-day total like bombed, and now I'm back up over 2,000. It's like slowly going back up, but it's like, ugh. It's like you work so hard to hit that 3,000 and you get way over it, and then all of a sudden it's like tanked back down again. But we'll get there. February, March.
Yeah.
What about you? Obviously you're not listing or anything, are you?
I'm not listing or anything, no. Let's see, I've got 2 feedback today. I haven't sold anything since
It's
the 16th of January, which might not seem that long ago, but in the last 30 days, my last 30 days, 31 days, is 2,667, which, as we all know, that's actually quite low for me.
yeah.
But I'm happy with that because obviously I'm not trading at the moment. I'm down 75% apparently, and from December the 27th to January the 5th, I also didn't sell anything because I opened shop January 5th, closed shop 16th, and I did have a couple of good days. £400 day, £250 day, so, yeah,
Nice.
two £250 days. But now I'm closed shop. It will reopen again in February. I'm hoping it one day. I think it's February 1st or February 4th. I can't remember which day it was. But I'll be open for one day. Hopefully, I only want to make £75 just to pay my eBay fees. That is it. That's all I want to pay. That's all I want to make. But between now and April, maximum I can make is 17,000. And I don't really want to touch it. I just want to leave it. Just not even get close to it, if that makes
So
sense.
Tea Cake says, had a mental last few days since Friday, 65 orders. So he's doing them now to get ahead. Mate, 65 orders in 3 days. 3 days. Or
Where do
2.5 days. That's really good.
Well, I know just buy my Pokemon cards from the shops. If it's Pokemon cards like packs, which I buy to open, buy them from the shops. There's another reseller called Vinny. He's got a channel, UKG, Mr. G or something like that.
He buys them from that bald guru guy.
No, I bought some stuff. I bought a booster box from him. But like the old vintage cards, it's just Facebook Marketplace. Just got to be at the right place at the right time.
Welcome, Danny. I see you up there. How are you doing? Welcome, everybody. Northern resellers in here as well. Pazzies, Adam, everyone. Rich, how is everyone doing? Welcome, welcome. 42 people in it today. It's better than the last show we did. That's pretty good. So welcome, everybody. Anyone in chat have any eBay secrets that they want to let everyone into? Don't worry, there's only 40 people here. You're not going to ruin your career by spilling the beans on something that maybe not anyone else knows. I got one of those really itchy noses.
There we go. He popped up in the
my
chat. Mr. G UK reseller. He's obviously there. There you go, Vinyl. Chat to the person who's just put a chat up.
Mr. G.
UK reseller.
Is he the Pokemon dude, is he? Ears were burning. Shouldn't set him on fire then, mate, should you? I think I got a nosebleed now. Fantastic.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Do you get spontaneous nosebleeds?
No. I just scratched the inside of my nose because it's itching. You know when you get that like really annoying itch inside your nose and you don't want to look like you're picking it? Well, I just used a tea cloth to like itch it and now it's bleeding, so that's more for me, I guess. Sorry about that, guys. Is that just an excuse? See, this is exactly what I just said. No, it wasn't an excuse. It's an itch, mate. If I had a nice big booger to pick, I would have shown you on camera, right? And then I would have eaten. No, I'm joking. One meal a day, I can't eat my boogers anymore unless it's in my one meal. Yeah. Yeah, anyone else got any secrets? Do you have anything else you want to add? I had a load of stuff in my head and I didn't write it down and I've forgotten them all. So
people that constantly come back and buy from me, if like obviously stick to the same price. On my I don't even need to list it on eBay. I just contact the person outside of eBay because I've sold to them quite a few times. Now I just message him. But things like Connects, not Xbox 360 Connects, but Xbox One Connects. If I ever get one of them, I'll just message him. He buys it straight away.
They're like 50, 40, 50 pounds, aren't they?
Yeah,
Something like that.
I'll do £45. I just sell it for £45. I don't change my price because it's a consistent buyer. I don't even have to worry about it. I just know as soon as I get it, I can sell it straight on. As soon as you start getting contacts like that, I can pick up things. I can look at something and say, yes, I know how to shift that. There's 2 gaming units which I'm picking up soon. I say soon. It won't be too long, but they're both big, massive PlayStation 2 gaming stations. What you'd have in like a shop to display the console and so you could try out the game. I'm getting 2 of them from a pub closed down, and the only reason I'm getting them is because I'm paying £75 each for them. I've already got the buyer lined up. I haven't decided on the price yet. I think they're worth around £450 to £500 each. I'll probably sell them to him for £300 each because it's somebody who's lined up to buy it. It's somebody. It's quick, easy flips. It's going to be £150 into £600. I don't even have to do anything. I just got to pick it up from one place and drop it off at another. So I haven't tested it yet, but I know it's something you're looking for. But things like that, like if you're selling outside of eBay, just start finding contacts like that. I think that's probably the biggest cheat.
Yeah, just make sure you never message someone on eBay about doing a sale off eBay because you will be shut down instantly. It'd be like a bolt of lightning and you wouldn't know what's happened. Adam says, what do you guys think of tiered YouTube subscriptions for reseller channels? I think I think is it called subscription now? Or is it called membership? I don't know. Membership for supporting a creator, I think that's fine. If a channel wants to offer a paid membership, that's not. It's up to the viewer to indulge in paying that fee, maybe once or monthly, whatever they want to do. That's fine if you want to support a creator. Personally, what I don't appreciate is when someone locks content or parts of their channel behind a subscription. I don't enjoy that.
See, I'm on the opposite end there. I think some content you can keep separate. I do think that's a good idea. So, like, if I open a tier system content, like, I don't plan on doing it. It's not something I plan to exploit. I don't feel like feel like the reselling community is the right area to promote things like that. But like I can see like gamers doing it, and obviously when you get a flood of messages coming through all the time, it's kind of hard to keep on top of them. But if you have like a private where people have paid to be in that private chat, you'd have that sort of chat up and you'd be chatting to them people and you'd be replying to them people first.
I think the tier system stuff like being able to watch videos before they go live for the general public and all that kind of stuff, which I don't think.
I think it's I kind of think if you.
I think that's a bit cheeky, to be honest. I wouldn't make anyone pay to watch my video early. If you want to pay, if you want to support the channel, that's awesome. If I ever did subscriptions, that's sweet. Like, thank you very much. But I'm not gonna like punish everyone else that can't afford to do that. Just
yeah, I suppose that's a good idea.
For £5 a month from someone that can't afford it, you know.
You could probably like offer to have. It's the YouTube membership program. I'm pretty sure it's on about YouTube membership program. I think that's what it's called. You can offer to have a membership, but obviously there wouldn't be any benefits from it, and it's just their choice if they wanted to support you. It's like giving a sticker during a live chat. I do quite often stickers during live chats because
Twitch is mentioning Twitch with like the sub only chat. That's fine. Like if you're doing. Let's just say Nick, right? Nick and Andrew, right? If they do a subscription thing and they have 800 people watching and the chat's going mental, they can turn on sub-only chat, which means for like 20 minutes, an hour, whatever, they can have a chill, relaxed chat, and then they can release everyone else at some point, and the chat can go mad. I don't see anything wrong with that. That's fine.
Adam's
But if someone's gonna just do sub-only chat all the time in their live streams, then that's kind of annoying.
Adam come up with an idea for eBay shoutouts, but the problem with that is obviously you can pay to get an eBay shoutout. What is the benefits of the eBay reseller that's getting that shoutout? Because the shoutout's going to be amongst other resellers. So although you guys have full access to my to my eBay store, because I put it in the link in all of my videos, I don't actually do it anymore. I've got it in the link in my about me, but I don't put it in my videos anymore. You guys have the link to that. What's the purpose of going off and buying my products? Unless it's something you're after for a long time, there's no purpose behind it because you're a reseller yourself. Obviously, you can go on and watch my content, watch my stuff, but there's absolutely I don't feel like that's a benefit to the reseller.
The thing is with me, like, if you're in my chat, I don't care how fast my chat's going. Like, I will get to your comment at some point. I used to stream on Twitch. I used to have 500 viewers every stream. My chat used to go super fast. I used to make sure that I would try and read someone's comment pretty much every time they come into my chat. It's possible. So if you're gonna be someone that has to charge for someone to get like something read out, whether that be like a shout out or like a message.
Sounds like a sponsorship deal.
I don't know how to say this without annoying people, because I know some people do this on their channel that's in the community. I just feel it's kind of I don't know, like, what makes you special to charge someone to get their message read out? Like, I'm just a guy that makes YouTube videos. Why should I charge?
Everybody's got points here. There's one.
Why
here.
should I charge money to read out your message over someone else's message?
Aberdeen Picker says, look at retro reselling. It's expensive as having Prime and Netflix at the same time. I don't know the prices of it. Let me know what the prices are for things like that. I don't know. KP says every niche on YouTube has channels which has memberships. Don't get me wrong, the membership would be a great idea, but as Jay was saying, I don't feel like I would offer extra for membership. I just feel like if you did decide to be a member of my channel and support me financially by paying for that, I wouldn't be hiding the content from everybody else. It's just a show of appreciation, like sending a sticker, payment, or something like that. But I don't feel like it's something I would want.
Look, if a brand wants to come to me and say, look, we'll sponsor you, we'll give you this amount of money, just shout out the company. If it's a company that I agree with and I enjoy and I like, I'll endorse them for that money. It happens all the time. Paid sponsorship, right? For me to charge another reseller to shout out their store or to say hello to them in chat or to read their message just seems so disingenuous from me. And personally, I would never do that. I may in the future have channel subscription. It would never, for me, hide content from the regular people that can't afford to do that. It wouldn't give you early access to my content. When I want to post a video, I want it to be posted for everyone. I don't want half the people not to be able to see it. That just seems a bit stupid to me. If I ever have subscription, it will purely be if you wish to support me situation. It's not going to be I'm going to shout you out or I'm going to do this. If someone wants to give me money just to shout them out, then why?
Can I ask you something about that, Jay?
Sure.
Do you often get emails from companies asking you to review their products?
Nope.
I get probably one a month. An email saying,
No.
can I review this product? Mostly gaming stuff. And I always say no. And the reason
I had eBay Gum message me. They wanted to work with me at some point, and I thank you. Not
But
interested.
e-bike gum's relevant. The thing is, e-bike gum is actually relevant, like because they are a platform to resell on. Whereas these gaming things, they're like little Nintendo Switch like controllers and stuff like that. It's fantastic. I could do with them. I don't ever show any of that sort of content on my channel. Although I have recently been doing shorts of Pokemon Go. I know a lot of people didn't like that, so I've got a new channel, Closet Geeks Pokemon, where I do all my Pokemon stuff. But yeah, I don't review things that are not relevant to what I do.
I'm just gonna say, like, my opinion is my opinion. I'm not targeting this towards anyone. Like, if someone wants to do that, then that's up to them. I don't. Also, one thing that's really good about YouTube membership is you get a little badge next to your name, like in the comments, so people know that you're like a supporter of the channel. Like on Twitch, you get your like sub badge or whatever. I really enjoy that, and it tracks like how many months you've been a supporter and stuff. Like on Twitch, I really like that. It does build a community, but to block content behind it, or to like set it at such a high, like, let's be honest, I'm not worth £10 a month to anybody. Not right now, anyway. I don't think I'll ever be worth £10 a month. Maybe like $4.99 a month if someone wants to support me or something. But I wouldn't ever. It gets tough because when you start doing membership, you want to provide like a reason for people to give you money, and that's the trap that people get into. Like when someone turns on YouTube membership, they think, oh, no one's just gonna give me $5 a month. I have to provide a reason for them to do that. So maybe I'll block content and they can only see that, or they get content first, right? That's an incentive to someone to give me $5 a month, or I'll give them a shout out. That's another incentive for them to give me $5 a month or whatever. And then you get into this situation where you're trying to provide a reason for them to give you money a month, which just then pisses everyone else off. And I just don't think it's worth it. Like, if you want to do membership, do membership. If someone wants to pay that to support you, cool, awesome. Maybe I'll send them a private message thanking them, whatever. But to like block content or to like do permanent membership only chat or whatever, it's not for me. I don't think I'd ever do that.
I personally feel like my channel's more of a more of a journey to track my progression as a reseller, more than obviously I do give out help and everything to other people, but it's more of a progression thing for me and a confidence thing for me to help me build my confidence up and stuff like that. I've never really seen it as a way of financial gain. I do have monetized videos. I do make a little bit each month. It's about 30 quid, about 30 or 40 quid. It's not as much as what people think. It's not, I'm not banking a lot of money doing it.
And also, I would like to point out that when you pay for a YouTube membership, I'm pretty sure YouTube takes like 30% cut. So, why not just buy something from my eBay store? You get a physical item that you want, that you've chosen from my store. I get money. eBay gets 10%.
And you get a shout out.
And maybe you get a shout out in the video when I do my sales video. There's your shout out. You've had a physical item. I've had some money. Happy days. No one's been left out by blocking content or doing whatever. It just seems like a much better thing to do. But, alas, I'm sure many more people will turn on membership because that seems to be what happens. Stuff snowballs. One person does it and then everyone else does it. But
I don't plan to do it.
I have no plans to turn it on. Maybe in the future I might turn it on as a support tool if someone wants to support the channel. But like I said, I'm not going to be doing like exclusive content or content that's available first to members or personal shout outs.
I will, however, be doing a something different with my channel next week. I've got videos lined up, and I'm doing a podcast. So that's something what I'm doing. I'm not like going to be asking membership money for anything like that. I'm just going to be sticking up on my channel just as any other video would be. but more of a podcast style. But so I am trying new things for my channel, because the reason I've done it is because most of the podcasts we listen to in the warehouse are like Carl Pilkington and Joe Rogan and bits like that, and I really enjoy that sort of thing. It's great. It's great to have that on the background. It's nice to have somebody like telling us their funny stories about reselling, and just having a bit of a chat between themselves that are resellers, that are relatable to what I'm there doing. I feel like it'll build my motivation up. So I'm feeling other people might like that. So that's something I thought I could share.
Let's talk about eBay Gum for a minute.
Okay.
So eBay Gum is like this new kind of like
Yeah.
free eBay kind of alternative. And in the Discord, if you haven't joined the Discord, links in the description. Join the Discord, it's awesome. We were talking about eBay Gum, and someone had signed up. They wanted to like put all their listings on, and I was like, "Have you actually read their frequently answered questions about how eBay Gum works?" And I was like, "No." So I put the link. eBay Gum. Let me get it up so I know this off. I'm not spewing nonsense. I'm actually reading their frequently asked questions. And I put the link in the chat, and he was like, "Okay, that's really weird. I'm gonna delete my account." So he went to go to. I'll read the thing that made him do that in a second, by the way. So he went to go delete his account because he didn't want it anymore because it sounded sketchy, and he couldn't delete his account. Like there was no way to do it. So he emailed eBay Gum like, "Can I delete my account?" And literally, the guy that owns the website phoned him on his phone number to ask him why he wanted to delete his account. Which is really weird. So anyway, basically, if you go on their website, and it will talk about how their system works. And if you read it, it says, and I quote, they use this Trusty Pay powered by Stripe system, which they've made themselves, which is backed by Stripe, which is like some payment system. And it says, when a buyer makes a payment by credit debit card, Trusty Pay instructs Stripe to retain payment for the seller. Once the item has been received by the buyer, obviously, and the buyer is satisfied, TrustPay then instructs Stripe to release the funds to the seller. So basically what this means is, until the buyer decides that they're happy with their item, the seller's not getting their fees. They're not getting their money. So, like, and it doesn't say anything here about, like, what happens in a situation. It goes on to talk about, like, disputes with regards to item delivery. Funds are not released until the issue is resolved. And then it goes on to talk about how that's so awesome. But as a seller, like, how do they determine when it's resolved? Like, a buyer just keeps your funds like hostage until what happens? Is there like a cut-off point where it just auto releases funds? Like, it doesn't tell you any of this. So what happens if I go on there and I list like a Nintendo Switch and someone buys it, and then they like just never are happy with the item? Like, how do I get my money? Like, how do I resolve a dispute? It doesn't say any of this on the website. So,
More than resellers asked me to stop doing my shorts. I believe he's asked me because I don't think you've done any.
so until I know the answer to those questions, I'm personally not going to be using eBay Gum. And I just thought it was funny how the guy that owned the website phoned him up to ask him why he wanted to terminate his account. Imagine you try and delete your eBay account, and then the CEO of eBay like rings you up like, "Hi, why are you trying to delete your eBay account?"
They did get eBay tried to sue him, didn't they?
I said that they would. Like, how can they just use that name? Like, it's ridiculous.
But eBay tried to sue them a while ago.
Right, I'll put this quote in the chat. This is straight from their website, so you guys can. It also says here, because a seller will not be able to take your money and disappear without sending your item, as you, the buyer, hold the key to release their payment. Like, that's scary to me. As a seller, that's ridiculous. Like, how can they give the buyer the key to releasing your funds for your item?
I like to think that I only really want to use well-established reselling.
Right, this is the. Oh, it's too many
Wait,
words. I can't. You have to go to their website, guys. It's more than 200 words.
post a link.
Yeah, hang on. Frequently asked questions. Here we go. If you want to read it, scroll to the bottom. It's the bit where it says, "I've never heard of Trust ePay. eBuy Gum's safer way to pay or be paid." Maybe there's answers, but they should list those answers on the frequently asked questions. Like, if there's a dispute, how is it resolved? As a seller, how am I protected? Because as far as I'm aware, he started this website to stop sellers getting scammed by buyers, and now he seems to have been protecting the buyers rather than the sellers. But I don't know. Until I know the answers and he updates the frequently asked questions, I am going to avoid that website. And plus, it's dead anyway. Like, if you go onto like any of the sections, there's like 10 things listed.
What's going on? Be Lucky CARBOOT sales and reselling. How are you?
Let's have a look.
Yeah, I enjoy making the shorts, and it's my way of trying to get my channel out there a little bit, hoping to get some on the short shelf one day.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree with you. I absolutely hate shorts, and I wish they would burn and die and never be on YouTube ever again.
It is something I will continue to do, but obviously on this channel, I'm only doing reselling relevant ones. I don't know if you've seen my last ones. It'll be like top 5 sales. I've done a tour of the warehouse and something else. But I enjoy doing them. I enjoy making them. They're so quick and easy to make as well. And I don't monetize them. I don't get paid for them. It's just a bit of fun.
They're just really annoying. They clog up my feed, and they're just irrelevant stuff I don't want to see, personally.
I have started doing a bit of a schedule with my channel now. So, obviously, Sunday nights is the live. I've started doing a live at 6 till 7. Then I'm with Jay at 7:30 till whatever time we finish. Monday, I do a video publicised at 6 or 5, I can't remember. And the rest of mine videos during the week, I do videos up to Thursday. And they're all a lot earlier starts to avoid clashes with any other resellers. Not that they, always take into consideration your channel, but I'm trying to take into consideration everybody's channel and put my videos on nice and early. And obviously, not everybody stays up until 10 at night.
Yeah, I post all my videos at 7:30. It seems to be the time where most of my subscribers seem to interact.
I think I've gone for 5 or 6 o'clock.
I used to post at 6 in the morning because then like it would be at the top of their feed whenever people woke up between like 6 and 8 in the morning. That was the other really good time that I used to post. But then obviously when I started doing car boots on a Sunday, I wanted to edit them and get them out on the same day, so I switched it to evening upload. So that's why I switched from morning to evening. But yeah, like 6 o'clock in the morning is a really good time if you're uploading for UK, because it's there in their feed in the morning when they're having their breakfast. Like, it's right at the top. So
we've got a few suggestions here. Obviously, selling on Facebook, selling on Spock, selling on eBuy Gum, but also sorry, not eBuy Gum, selling on what's the other one? Facebook, Spock, and Vinted. But also Amazon. Why? Like, these well-established ones, I'm obviously going to be using first. Amazon is something I want done this year. It's something I want to start this year because I want to sell all of my gaming stuff through Amazon because it's a much higher return. Like, it is a much higher return rate, but it's also a much higher value of for your items as well.
The throughput's quicker, but you pay more fees and there's a higher return rate. So if you can cover the costs of the returns plus the extra fees, like basically Amazon's amazing if you have like access to tons of stock, because you can get it out and you don't have to deal with it, and it turns over quite quickly.
Yeah.
But until you get to that point, like for me personally, like I don't get enough in to fulfill Amazon. I don't have enough of that good stuff, If I was getting in like 1,000 games like a month, then it would be amazing for Amazon, because I could slap slap them in a bag, or the see-through bag with the label on, ship them in, never have to see them again. And then if any of them get returned, I think Amazon deal with that for you, I'm pretty sure. So yeah. But until I get that amount of new stock in, I can't really be doing that.
It's like sort of opportunities, though, isn't it? That's when it comes. Obviously, Amazon
Yeah.
is my main source of income, but it will be a nice source of income when I do start using it, because it will be for those new products, for those video games. Obviously, I do sell video games on my eBay at the moment. They won't be sold on my eBay. They'll be sold um, through Amazon for the higher profit margin. And I know everybody says, "Oh, that's greedy," but that's business at the end of the day. And I'll be able to afford to pay more for my stock because I'm getting a higher return rate.
Why do tea cakes messages keep getting deleted? And that's like a different tea cakes. What's going on?
Is it? Where's that tea cakes? Ban them. If they're a different tea cake, ban them. No, that one's alright. I think he's messaged me earlier.
He didn't say anything bad, but his message got removed. I have no idea why.
It says message retracted, not removed.
Oh, okay. What was I going to say? Yeah, I've actually been getting a lot of stuff recently through Facebook ads. I've been posting ads. I started my own group on Facebook, which allows you to promote your own ads, and I set it to £10 over 5 days, so £2 a day, and I'm getting tons of messages. I spent £75 today on a bundle of stock, which come with 2 massive tubs of Lego, which I'm going to be sorting through. So that will be like anything special will be sifted out, and then the rest will just be £15 kilos or whatever the going rate is. So that'll be my money back on the Lego plus profit. Tons of board games and puzzles come with it. Some other stuff I can't even remember now. Some books came with it. So that's been really nice. Yeah, so I just made like 2 or 3 different like leaflet style ads, uploaded them, promoted them, £2 a day. And yeah, they've been working really well for me. So, and I also add on there that I pay extra for delivery. So if they have loads of stuff, obviously I don't drive, I pay them £5 and they deliver it to me. So
T617 has said, "What's bringing you back from making big money?" They have messaged up here.
Tea Cake says he has an imposter.
Is it lack of stock? No, definitely not lack of stock. It's because I don't want to go over certain margins, and my goals. I've reached my goals, which I don't want to surpass.
Do you want to explain the VAT threshold for anyone that doesn't understand why you stopped?
Because threshold is over.
Because it's quite alien to hear someone say I've closed down for 2 months to like, you know.
Well, the VAT threshold, like, it doesn't matter when in the year it could be. It could be September to September. It's 12 consecutive months. If you go over
12 rolling months, basically. 12 rolling months.
Yeah.
Like it rolls with the time. You know?
1 year period.
Yeah.
If you go over the £84,000 bracket, that's your turnover, not your profit. That's everything. You have to be VAT registered, and you will be paying 20%. If you on the small VAT margin scheme, if you're on that, it's 20% of your profits. But if you're like VAT full stop, you have to be VAT registered still. Both ways you have to be VAT registered, but you're paying 20% off your turnover. So if your turnover 85,000 and you've got 20% of that, that's a big chunk of money that you have to pay. Okay, and if you're buying second-hand stock, you're not paying VAT to somebody you bought an Xbox from on Facebook Marketplace. So you can't claim back VAT, but you will still have to pay VAT. It doesn't matter. So obviously, I don't want to hit that point where I have to pay VAT, but I can't claim VAT back. I don't want to hit that point. VAT is basically a way of the government getting you to charge VAT to your customer. So if I'm selling an item for £100, I've got to add 20% on top of that, £120 now, because the government wants their bit, which is the 20%. VAT man wants his bit, which is the 20% on top. But everybody else is selling the item for £100. So to actually match them, you'd have to go back down to £100, only taking £80, sending 20% off to the. Either way, I don't want to be paying that 20%, so I'm not going over the bracket. That is pretty much the idea. I know Mr. G, UK reseller, he is he's VAT registered, and he deals with VAT. But with my second-hand goods, I'm not comfortable with going that far yet.
It depends how far you can push through it, Mr. G. Like if you're just like, it's not like an income bracket, like that kind of tax. Like, what is the income bracket? It's like up to 50,000 a year or something. That's 20% or something. And when you go over 50,000, it goes up to 40%. I don't know the numbers, but with like income tax, like it's only the amount that you go over that gets taxed the extra. So up to the last bracket threshold, you pay 20%. Whatever you go over, you pay the extra percent. It's not like that with VAT. Like once you go over the VAT line, you're like all in. Like you have to do the 20% on everything. So unless you can like smash through the VAT threshold, like you're not. It's gonna be so painful.
I want to get to the point where I can smash through it.
Yeah.
Can I just answer Mr. G here? He said it could be detrimental to the business. There's a lot you can claim VAT on. The advice what I've been fed by my book lady who keeps my books is between now and April I could turn over another £17,000, and advice from her is don't turn over 10,000. Gone to my head, I'm not turning over anything. I'd much rather just stay 17 grand under and not go that far. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just kind of like doing that. That's what I'm doing. Still want to do it. Not ready. I'm not ready. I will be going limited before I start paying VAT.
And as soon as you go limited, your VAT threshold resets, right, back to the month one. Yeah.
As soon as I get to the point where I've hit 84, well, 83, like 83,000, I'll probably hit 83. I've already got my limited company set up and ready to transfer into. As soon as I hit that 83, I'll jump into the VAT, jump into the business. So technically, in 1 year, I'll be able to turn over like 160, well, a lot more money without having to pay the VAT. But it's like a fresh restart. Depends on how much you claim back. Warehouse vehicle stock. Warehouse isn't that much. Obviously, I do pay VAT on the warehouse. My warehouse is 700 per calendar month, so I won't be claiming a lot of VAT back there. Stock, however, most of my stock is second hand, so I won't be able to claim VAT back on that because it's Facebook Marketplace pickups, it's boot sale pickups, bits like that. I can't claim VAT on stuff like that, so my stock is just not, so I'm just waiting, and when Aaron says I'm ready to go, I'll be going. I'll be moving over to Aaron soon as well. The better advice, pal. Hit 60k each year. I end up paying less tax as long as you get a good accountant. I've got a good accountant. I'm doing a video this week on what you can write off for taxes. I'm doing a tax video this week because it tends to be a touchy subject with a lot of YouTube resellers, and I like to show that I'm quite transparent. I'm doing a video on what you can write. I'm not doing a video on what you can't write off for your taxes, but I'm doing a video on what you can write off. Stuff like eBay fees, cost of stock, because there's some YouTubers out there that are telling you that stock counts. You have to pay tax on your stock. You don't. If you spend your money on stock, that's reinvesting in the business. You don't have to pay tax on that unless you sell it, and then you've got to pay tax on that. But if I go off on I made £60,000 in a year, and I spent £50,000 of that on stock, I only have to pay tax on that 10 grand. If that makes sense.
Not my advice, by the way, guys.
Yeah, I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert here. I am speaking to experts to get this video out to you, and I'll be having it out next week. But hopefully you guys enjoy it.
Yep. I hate talking about tax because if I get something wrong, then
Yeah,
yeah.
everybody will jump on you if you
I
get
don't
something
want to
wrong.
be liable for that. Thank you very much.
I'm trying to get the right advice to give to everybody. I say advice, I'm not giving advice, it's more of an entertainment video. I'm going to do a disclaimer before to tell everyone I'm not a tax expert, and what I'm saying, take like, just take as entertainment, not as uh, legal tax advice, because it's not going to be.
Basically, if you don't know what you're doing, pay someone to do it for you, because at least
Exactly.
then it's their fault.
Exactly. I got an account. I got a books lady who I pay to keep my books, and I'm taking on Aaron at Applegore.
My dad was telling me that you can get insurance that covers your taxes, because he got audited like 10 years ago, and he had this special insurance. Basically, what happened was his tax man was like, his tax man had like done something and like sent the files to the revenue people. Like the revenue people wanted to audit, and then the tax man like just handed over everything and made it look even worse, even though there was nothing wrong. So my dad contacted the insurance people that deal with like the taxes and that, and they went in and sorted it all out for him, which saved him like so much money because they were trying to screw him over. But yeah, apparently you can get insurance to back you up, and they'll like sort it all out for you if something goes wrong. So if your tax man's like terrible and he like screws you over or something, then you're covered, as long as they can go in and like check it and make sure that it was actually not your fault. Then I have to find out what that insurance was because he said it was like 100 and something a year, which seems really cheap. So I'll find out what that was.
I think it's just your team, really. I think everybody, although we are independent workers and we are sole traders or whatever you want to call us, I think if you don't have a good team around you, like accountants, bookkeepers, other resellers, people that can give you advice, I just think it's important. If you have to pay for it, pay for it. It's probably worth it. Like Stacey's gone from his
Or
account.
take a tax course. You can pay not a lot of money, and you can go on a sole trader independent business tax course, and they'll teach you how to do your taxes, and you can tell them like what you do, how you do it, what to deal with, and they'll do all that stuff for you.
But yeah, either way, I'm jumping on with. Um, my plan was to go limited around the 6th of April this year. Around, I mean, I know everybody's been rushing to get their tax return done. I done my tax return in April because that's when I thought you had to do it. I thought
Federation of Small Businesses. Yeah, I think that's what it was. You can get insured for being audited or compliance checked. Yeah, I think that's what it was. He said it was like 100 and something a year. Probably changed now because he's not done it for a few years. But yeah, basically, the tax guy he was using was dodgy or something, and they came after him. They told him that he owed £1 million to start with. And he's a plumber, and they said, "Yeah, you owe £1 million," and he was like, "No, that's wrong." So he phoned up the insurance people, which I'm pretty sure is the Federation of Small Businesses or what, I can't remember exactly. And he come in and he sorted it all out. He had to go to like some meetings like with the tax people, and they were trying to screw him over by answering like questions like, "Do you take cash for jobs and stuff?" And they kept asking it like over and over again. And then the dude was like, "Nah, you're just trying to catch him out now so you can add extra money on top." And they're like, "Oh yeah, okay, maybe not." And then they back down.
Mr. G says, well, Vinny says it's £150.
Yeah, I mean, if you can pay 150, is that for the year? If you can pay £150 to back you up in case your tax man's dodgy.
I'm sure my tax man's not dodgy. I'm sure Aaron will be legit.
It might be legit, but what if they get something wrong and it comes back and like anything can go wrong? If they get lazy, if they have a bad employee, if something gets missed off, or
The thing is, the person who does my books lives in Plymouth, and I could contact her at any point because there's sometimes that I panic about stuff and I say, "Have I done this wrong? Have I done this wrong?" And she'll come down to the warehouse to calm me down because these are the sort of things that really get my anxiety right up.
yeah.
I hate taxes. that's why that's why I pay people to deal with it, so I don't have to deal with it, because it's
For
a
the year,
scary
yeah.
subject. It is
That's a
scary
cracking
subject.
price. Taxes is scary, yeah, for sure, 100%.
If you mess that up, that's
A lot of people will never start their own business because they're scared of tax. Like they would rather work for a job that never gets a pay increase. They'd rather go to office every day, have their pay business that they work for pay their checks for all their tax, all their national insurance, like all of that. They'd rather never deal with any of it, which is crazy because most countries don't have a pay, like what's it called, payee. I forgot how it's like when when the business does it all for you. A lot of countries don't have that. If you live in America, it doesn't matter who you work for, any job, you have to do your own tax. Every single person in America has to do their own tax. So they have a massive accountant's business over there because every individual that doesn't want to do their own taxes has to pay for an accountant to get it done.
it's just a scary subject, isn't it?
Oh,
It's
mate.
definitely better. Do you pay something?
It's not even that complicated. It's just the fear of like doing something wrong and then getting the knock at the door like you owe us this much money, or we think you're ripping us off, or it's just like there's always that anxiety like at the back of the head, you know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah, but also by paying for an accountant, you can write that money off. That money you're paying your accountant, you can write that off of your tax bill.
Karen sorts it all out for you, yeah, until she only pays you half your wages and you have to wait an extra month for her to sort it out.
Who's Karen?
Don't know. Karen in accountants.
Oh, I thought you said Kieran. I
Oh,
see.
Karen. Kieran.
I was like,
Well, how long have we been live for? What's the time? An hour and 10 minutes. Do you have anything else?
no, we've kind of gone on to taxes from
I don't even know how we got here, to be honest.
eBay secrets.
What were we even talking about? eBay secrets. The biggest secret of all, pay your taxes. If you don't pay your taxes, then...
Pay somebody else to deal with your taxes, and they'll
Yeah.
tell you how much to put aside as well. Not only
Just-
will they tell you how much you owe,
Just
like,
don't use James Collect's tax woman.
well, what happened to him?
She did that. I think she did that thing where all of his stock was an asset, so he ended up paying like 4 or 5 grand tax or something. Yeah, and he got screwed. He said he was on a stream that I was in with him. I think I'm pretty sure he said that it basically nearly bankrupted him. Like he had to nearly close down. Like he only just. I can't remember. It was a while back now.
That's it. I wouldn't be doing too well.
Could you
No.
imagine, like, you've done your first year of reselling, you get a dodgy account, and they're like, yeah, you owe 6 grand, and you're like, wait, what?
Stacey had that. Stacey had that. Do you know what? Stacey went on to Apple Core. When he moved over to them, he was paying, I think it was something like £60 or £80 a month, which is a nice price for an accountant. And when he moved over to Apple Core, his old accountant didn't refuse, he ignored all messages from Apple Core Productions. So when they said we need all of Stacey's old, like his last year of accounts, we need all that sent to us so we can deal with it because we're taking his accounts on. They didn't send it. They didn't send any of that to him. Refused to deal with them. And I was like, that's really cheeky. But they did mess up that year. They messed up his taxes. They told him he had to pay like £3,000 in tax. No, it wasn't that. They made it look like he made like a £20,000 loss. And he's like, what are you doing? I haven't made a loss this year. Why are you putting down a £20,000 loss? And they made a mistake somewhere down the line and it was showing up as a £20,000 loss. Like you're keeping hold of Stacey's accounts on a monthly basis and you messed it up by that much. He's claiming he's taken like 15,000, 10,000 out of his business that year. I don't know how much. We haven't discussed that, but that's how much he's taken. And then his business has made a bit of profit on top of that. And they're telling him that he's made minus 20,000. It's like, that's not right, because I wouldn't have no money.
And that's why you need the Federation of Small Businesses, £150 a year insurance. I should be a salesperson for them. I've just made a few sales.
You definitely should be a salesperson for eBay Gum, though.
Sponsor, yeah. God, can you imagine? Sponsored by the Federation of Small Businesses.
Right. Yeah,
I think that's about it for this week.
During the same time as Nick and Andrea, so should we finish there?
Yeah, I think that's good. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We've been live for an hour and 15 minutes. Hopefully you've enjoyed yourself. We kind of just rambled on about a bit of everything today, so we will see you again next week, hopefully.
Cheers, Anne.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.